Hit it. Hey everybody, John C.
Denise Richards and the lovely Lulu.
Lulu. Good to have you, Lulu, today.
Lulu.
She's excited to be here today. She is often licking Lulu, and also likes for Lulu. Don't forget to do that. I always forget at the beginning of our videos to ask you to hit the thumbs up button because some of you fall asleep during our videos, I think. And therefore, by the end, when we actually ask for likes and subscribes, you're not even watching anymore. So do me a favor at the beginning of this video, like, thumbs up, subscribe, do it for Lulu. That's all we ask.
Likes for Lulu.
Denise and I don't care. It's all for Lulu. That's what we're doing here today.
Lulu.
It's good to see you, Denise. Have you had a good week so far?
I have, John. You?
So far, so
Fabulous.
good. So far, so good. A lot of stuff going on this week. It's a crazy world we live in, but a good crazy. Not like a crazy like I want to be done with life, but like a crazy like I just need a break for a day or two. You ever had those?
Agreed. Yep.
Good to have everybody today. So let's jump into our situation that we have going on today. And we love to educate people.
Love to, and we love to connect them.
Love to connect them with other people.
And
little entertainment.
right.
If we can do that.
If we can
Lulu's
do that.
part of our entertainment, and then also sometimes we throw out some jokes, some humor. I enjoy sarcasm. I try to keep it on the down low for the most part.
A little
Sometimes it
dry
offends people.
sometimes, John, but
Am I dry? That sounds negative.
that's good.
That hurts my feelings.
Oh,
I don't have
no.
feelings. All right, let's jump in for today. Last week on our video, and if you want to see it in full, there should be a note below. I think it was episode 8. We talked about appraisals. We're not going to go too depth into appraisals today. And Lulu, every time you jump, you're shaking this whole camera system.
my
Stop
goodness,
jumping around.
honey.
Anyways,
Okay.
sometimes you got to get onto your kids, straighten up.
Yeah.
So anyways, last time we talked about appraisals. And on the appraisals, we talked about how it's just part of the process, and if you're getting financed, it's got to be done, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
If you were getting financing for your mortgage for your home, your lender is going to require an appraisal. And remember, that was the inspection that determines the value of the home.
Well said.
Right?
Yeah, well said. It helps the lender know how much the home is actually worth, so they're not giving too much money away.
Yeah, it's, checks all the boxes, the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted to make sure that that collateral is sufficient for the lender to lend on it.
Good. Well, explanation. Short and sweet. If you want to know more about appraisals, we talked about also last time, we won't get into it today, we talked about if they come in too high, which I don't know if that's even an option. You're saying sometimes they do come in high.
Sometimes they do. A lot of my buyers are walking into equity.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, but sometimes you see it low too, and we talked about what happens when an appraisal does come in low. So if you want to see the details and listen to what we talked about on that situation, click on the previous episode. We'd love to talk about that today. Market update. What's going on in this world's market with mortgage rates?
They went up this
Did
last
they?
week.
How
Yeah,
much you
about a
think?
quarter, 3/8.
Okay.
Pretty significant. FHA rates right now are worse than what I thought would happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Fed is getting ready to raise the rate 3 more times this year. So we'll see how that plays out with the inflation.
So if a buyer's thinking to buy, should they wait till the end of this year to buy? Since the rates are going to go up more, right?
Well,
Just keep waiting.
Yeah, no.
Keep waiting because it's going to get better. Not really. That's not what we're seeing.
No. It's it's going to get worse before it gets better in terms of rates. We're going to see a fluctuation of them going up a bit, but then you're going to see it start to settle back down when the Fed sort of rearranges how they unload those mortgages.
Right.
So it's really going to depend on the Fed and their timing and when they do what they need to do.
Yeah. They like to do what they need to do, and they like to pull strings. They like to do all that fun stuff to try to manipulate the different numbers, right? And in regards to the housing market, of course, inventory is still super low, crazy low, like way low, and home prices are continually going up because supply and demand. It always boils down to that supply and demand. And with the interest rates starting to go up, I think we're going to see more people that have been on the fence jump off that fence and make that purchase now because they're hearing what you're saying, and that is rates are going to go up. So the home that they're looking at purchasing now, not only is it going to be more expensive in 6 months or 9 months because the influx of prices, but also because of the interest rates. Right? You got both of those. Your home's going to be way more expensive. It looks like anyways in the next 6 to 9 months if you don't buy it now. All right, enough about that because that's a lot of fun. Let's talk about what we're thankful for. Who are we thankful for? We're going to mix 2 parts of our segment together today.
Yes,
Who are we talking about?
We are talking about HR by Karen.
Ooh, I know Karen.
Karen.
She's fun.
She lights up a room.
She does. When she walks in, it's just like a brand new light. You could turn the lights off in a room, and she would just light it up. She would smile.
Light it up. The party doesn't start till Karen shows up.
Doesn't start till Karen shows up, and she's a hugger.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Does she give good hugs, bad hugs? What type of hugs would you give her?
She gives the most solid, meaningful hugs ever.
You know what I thought about the other day? I was watching this show. I like this antique archaeology show, and they found this box of old those Pillsbury Doughboys. You seen those?
Yeah.
Remember those old commercials back in the day? And you push his tummy.
And he giggles.
Yeah, and he'd giggle. That's kind of like what I think of Karen, right? That's her hugs. If you could imagine what the Pillsbury Doughboy would feel like if he hugged you, that's Karen.
Yeah.
Karen.
It's just so full of love.
It's full of love, and it's a giggle. It makes you giggle when you're done with that hug, and it's just encouraging. So anyways, I want to talk about Karen because she's in our network group. Lulu, by the way, is sporting a new outfit. And Grow Business Network, the one that Denise and I are part of. And if you're interested in growing your business and you're here locally, check us out. Come visit one of our meetings. We'd love to have you. But Karen's a part of our Wednesday team here in Naples, and she's our HR gal. So that's why we're talking about her today. If you need more information about her, it's going to be on the screen. Also, here's you probably can't see that. But anyways, there's a picture of her card. Her cards are pretty cool.
They are really cool.
Tell people about her cards, why they're unique. They're different than other people's.
They have a message. And each one has a different message.
Look at that.
John, what does yours say?
So first of all, on the outside, it says, "You are awesome," which I kind of already knew.
Right.
So thanks, Karen, for telling me that. I mean, I already knew that. But on the inside, I did not know this, Karen. So thank you for this. When I popped it open, it says, "Your smile makes the world a little bit brighter." Now that I did not know. So I was glad she told me that.
And now you know. So imagine running into Karen and getting one of her cards. It could change your day.
It could change your life.
It could change your life.
And I feel like this has changed my life because my smile is bright. I feel like I shouldn't smile in this room because it'll reflect on the cameras and mess up our studio, so I won't do that. But thank you, Karen. We love you.
She is an HR phenom, and what does she say? She says you can't have heart
without the HR. And so Karen's your HR. I'm going to turn my computer on real quick because I have an event that she's doing here coming up in February. On February 14th, she's got an event coming up, and her website is hrbykaren.com. Go to her website and register for this Lunch and Learn that she's doing. It's $25 to register for that. It'll be worth every penny. She's probably actually undercharging because what she's going to go over will help you not make mistakes. It's about how to avoid mistakes that small businesses are making and what she sees. So she gets to see a lot of businesses that she works with, and she sees all their mistakes, and she's going to help us know what to avoid and how to avoid those. So thank you, Karen, for doing that. Big shout out to you. We love you.
Yeah, make sure you read her mission statement too when you go to her website. It's amazing.
Good?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really neat.
She's got a mission.
I'm
going to have to go read that. I haven't read
it yet. She
is
a woman on a mission.
I can't wait to hear that. Okay, perfect. Let's jump into our letters by Lulu because we are lingering here on Karen. How's that sound?
Okay.
I feel like we need some music when we open this box, like a little jingle.
Like
Lulu, you got any jingles? Could you bark? Could you do anything for us? I don't know.
Just a lick.
Let's jump just a lick. Just give a lick for Lulu, right? No more likes, just licks. So here's what Lulu says today. Good question. How does the large inflation increase affect my home and its value? Good question. So we've seen that in the news quite a bit, right? Inflation.
Yeah, we were kind of touching on that.
Seems to be going up quite a bit. I mean, I've seen in some of the reports anywhere from 6 to 8% increase inflation this year, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down too much. They're trying to slow it down.
No, the cost of goods is just crazy.
Going up. Everything seems to be going up, and that's really what inflation is, right? Like a dollar now isn't going to buy what a dollar would buy probably in 6 months or a year. That product is probably going to be worth. It's more expensive to buy that product. Now I need $1.05 to buy that product instead of $1. So the question here is good in relation to homes. So how does inflation affect somebody's home and its value? And I'll speak first to it's your home's value. How does it affect your home's value? So the good thing about owning a home and having a mortgage, if you have a mortgage on it, or even if you don't, as your home's value increases, which normally it does over time. You may have a year or two where it goes down or we hit some type of bubble or something and it may go down for a couple of years. But over time, your home's value does increase. And therefore, it's a hedge. It's a shield against inflation. And what I mean by that is if your home is worth $300,000, that's what you paid for it. At the end of this year, if home values go up, 5%, 6%, whatever, inflation will also move up as well too. So your home may now be at a $318,000 to $320,000 sales price if you wanted to sell it again. So it's moving up with the value of that. Whereas if you're just renting or if your money's just sitting in a bank account, at the end of the year, if you have $300,000 and it sat there for 9 months or a year and we had a 6 or 8% increase in inflation, now your money's actually only worth like $280,000 instead of the $300,000 that's actually there. It just won't buy you as much.
No. It will not.
Won't buy you as much gas.
Nope.
Won't buy you as much bread, toilet paper, anything that.
But guess what didn't change?
What didn't change?
Your mortgage payment.
Your mortgage payment. So if you have a $300,000 house and your mortgage payment's $1,500 a month, your mortgage payment's still the same, $1,500 a month. And that's a huge thing because there's two things in a mortgage that doesn't change: your principal and interest. They don't change unless you have a mixed interest. What's that one where it
adjustable rate?
Let's stay away from those.
The old ARM.
I don't think we need those right now, do we?
No.
Okay, so because rates are so low, they may come back in. But anyways, your payments are going to be the same. Now, I did have a client last month in December call me because their mortgage payments went up. Well, they thought it was their mortgage payment. But it wasn't. It was something else. You got to guess? What do you think it would be?
Maybe taxes or insurance, because they're going up.
Both of those are pretty much guaranteed to be going up, especially here in the state of Florida. And taxes, not because you're in the state of Florida, but because home values are rising. When home values rise, your property appraisers are going to say, hey, your home's worth an extra 20%. We're going to move your value up. We're going to charge you more this year because your home's worth more. Now, the great thing about Florida is we have the homestead exemption tax.
Thank goodness.
And with that, it has a cap on how much the government can actually raise your state taxes on your home, your sales taxes and stuff. And that's a great thing. So you make sure you want to have that. But then also something that's probably not in people's control, I think, for the most part, and that is the insurance.
Right.
We've seen that shoot up.
Yeah.
Around here, we've had flood insurance, personal insurance, all of that stuff. So those are the two things that actually changed on her statement, and it wasn't her actually home of her price or anything like that, or principal. Anything to add there in regards to inflation on mortgage rates?
Insurance, yeah. I just want to add a note there that if you get folks like that, and maybe their insurance has gone up, especially the flood, they may opt for a private flood insurance option.
Yeah,
it could be half as much.
Yeah.
So be sure and ask your agent that. Ask your lender if they accept it. We do accept private floods, so that's a nice alternative when the price is just going up so much.
It is a nice alternative, and maybe what we should do, and if you have a question, put it below in regards to anybody in that industry, but we have a lot of insurance folks who actually can help us around here, local people who are really well aware of the flood zones and all that stuff. We have quite a few in our network groups, so comment below if you need some help connecting with one of those guys, and it's always, or gals, and it's always good to get your insurance checked every year. I think that's what they typically suggest, because rates do change and they have different people that they can get those from. Enough about that. Okay, we had our letters for Lulu. I think we're through just about everything today. Any other thoughts that you have today?
Just likes for Lulu.
Likes for Lulu today. She needs them. She does not survive without them. She'll give you licks if you want that. And maybe you can even one time come in and pet Lulu. Yes, she is real.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be fun to have a guest to do that. Come in and that's your bonus. You get to pet Lulu. Until next week, there's going to be another video that's going to pop up here. We'll see you guys later. Have a great